And we're going to be hosting a program today. Just want to say that gun violence is a really serious issue in our community, and we want to applaud all of you for taking your time to acknowledge it.
So Delaware County United got started close to 6 years ago, not long after the Sandy Hook shooting, and it was started by Terry Rumsey and Robert Lasserson. Delco's mission is to get our legislators signed on to important, sensible gun legislation. We're not talking about taking every gun off the streets. We're not talking about taking away someone's Second Amendment rights. We are saying that there needs to be reasonable measures in place, background checks, getting rid of assault weapons, helping to lower the number of illegal guns on our streets.
It is in your unity that we solicit your power, that we will not only walk as one, talk as one, march as one, but oh God, continue to stand against the challenges and ills that afford us. Help us to be joined together mightily by your strength, so that there's no division, oh God, amongst us.
Whereas every day 100 Americans are killed by gun violence and countless others wounded, whereas Americans are 25 times more likely to be killed with guns than people with other high-income countries, whereas protecting public safety in the communities they serve is among the legislators' highest responsibilities, and whereas support for the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens goes hand in hand with keeping guns away from people that should not have them.
It is the grassroots activism that's making a difference. It's Delco United, it's March for Our Lives. It's everybody calling and writing and standing up and marching and telling their legislators that you can't keep doing it the way you've been doing it. We will not give up this fight. We cannot become discouraged, and we sure as hell are not going to get numb to this scourge of gun violence.
Today's about remembering the victims of gun violence, victims like Hadia Pendleton, and we have to. We have to honor what they had sacrificed. But tomorrow, what we have to remember is that we have to act, we have to fight. The other side, they want you to believe that there's nothing that can be done. That bad guys will be bad guys, that, oh, if someone wants to do it, they'll find a way. And that's ridiculous.
From the Memorial to the Lost, you might have seen that outside. Each t-shirt memorializes one soul lost to gun violence in the past 5 years in Delaware County. Every year we retire a set of t-shirts and add for the previous year. This year we added almost 30 t-shirts, and if this doesn't piss you off, I don't know what will.
So today, I brought 3 of my youngest constituents with me as a reminder, because during my election, and during my campaign, I should say, I was asked by children what I was going to do to help make them safe in school, that they were afraid to go to school. They told me about active shooter drills, something I have never experienced, and it broke my heart. And so they're here today to remind me of why I'm elected.
The murderer in Virginia Beach, he killed 12 innocent people. He carried, as Jess mentioned, a .45 caliber handgun. He was equipped with several extended magazines that allowed his handgun to become a weapon of mass slaughter. It allowed him to fire and 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 fire without reloading. That's how 12 people were killed.
Warning. If at your place of worship the doors are wide open and you are not greeted by welcomers who smile, but you know would have to take the first bullet. If you never go to the grocery store or a yoga class or a restaurant or a gay pride celebration or the office or the park, if you never ever leave your home, if you try not to breathe too deeply, too hard, too fast, then maybe up until now you have felt safe.
I'm the mother of Emine Smith. who lost his life in the city of Chester on November 13th, 2005. My son was the 15th homicide victim in the city of Chester that year. I remember so vividly the day that it happened. I won't prolong the story. I've told my story over and over and over. And every time I tell my story, it remains the same. The pain remains the same.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Get on board. Get on board. Get on board.
I hereby pledge myself, my person and body, to remember always that the nonviolent movement seeks justice and reconciliation, not victory. Walk and talk in the manner of love. Observe with both friend and foe the ordinary rules of courtesy. Refrain from violence of the fist, tongue, or heart. Thank you.
Stop the violence! Increase the peace! Stop the violence! Increase the peace!
Yeah. I'm on a fast of Ramadan, so.
They like everything.
And you thinking it's going to run numbers too? Oh yeah. All right, good.
Protect our children! Not guns! Protect our children! Not guns! Anyway, well.
How's it going, man?
Hey, ho ho! NRA has got to go. Hey, hey, ho ho! NRA has got to go. Hey, hey, ho ho! NRA has got to go. Hey, hey, ho ho! Las Vegas strong, Parkland strong, Virginia Beach strong. I am not strong enough to take one more mass shooting. No, I can't stand here and point fingers. Just because I'm not pulling the trigger or buying legislators or being bought doesn't mean I'm blameless. I can't offer thoughts and prayers, not because I'm sick of the phrase. It's a simple enough problem, brothers and sisters, I've forgotten how to pray. I stopped kneeling when I stopped feeling that some powerful force would be the change I wanted to see. Now I know all along it should have been me.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hand below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living